This is the final hour. We are gathered here in holy matrimony to talk about whatever the fuck we feel like talking about today. I love Greatest reaction. He's just like, wait, what? Anyway, let's start out with the introductions. My name's FinalHarps, and I'm joined here with some guy drinking some white stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is?
Greatest White Gamer 00. I'm fucking with you. Just Greatest Gamer 00. Ignore the white part.
Bad? Is it too early?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is. It was around. I think that's how you say that.
Hey West, what's fucking going on?
And then Joypad. We got a Joypad here. Announce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Joypad_mad. How's it going, everyone?
That was such an awesome introduction.
Yeah.
The fuck was that? I'm Joypad. What's up, everyone? Haha.
Hey, leave him alone. So yeah, this is a new guy, third wheel Joypad.
No, really cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so Greatest Gamer had an idea to talk about today. What is that idea?
So I ran into a video the other day on YouTube that I found was very interesting, and the question simply stated, that's not even the question, but our question will be is, give me a minute. Hold up, I tweet. But anyways, the video is the golden age of the internet is over. And then Joypad even came in chat and said, what could we define as the golden age of the internet? So that's what we're going to be discussing. What we think, the golden age of the internet is, and then how the internet has changed from being so open and free to restricted and having to get VPNs and all that whatnot.
Gotcha. Okay. So how about you start and then start talking about what was the golden age? Ruckus! Ruckus is in the house.
So starting from what the video, like he went on a bit, but it wasn't until I think the 2 minutes after he started it, and he said he believed it was around in the 90s, because first it was in the 70s, but it wasn't publicly available, so we can't count that. In the 80s, only the rich and the few handful could get it. And by the early 90s, it started becoming really a thing, as we all know, like dial-up and everything. But even then, it's like the internet was like an open bastion, but nobody knew what to do with it. And I mean, it's dial-up. That crap is slow as hell. But then, as you know, speed started to go up, and then things like YouTube starting to be invented. The formats weren't great. Like even he admitted itself that the formats were still primitive, but that's when people really started rushing. And then ideas that people just made money like out of nowhere. Like that's, I think his biggest thing is because of the fact that it was around the point where things could get better, and if you had an idea and you were the first one to get it, you just became a millionaire. And for me, I'd have to say it's a bit after, like around after the 2000s, because for me, having a very nice interface makes a huge difference. For me, it's hands down, like I'd say around like 2008 to 2010 when PS3 was around, because by that point, that's when more people were able to get computers. If not, you could go to a library. For me, is accessibility. And how I've experienced the internet was either through school or through the libraries. And they weren't really available until around that era. And then when you would get a PS3, the nice thing is Wi-Fi was built in right into it. Whereas with a PS2, I didn't even know that PS2s can get online. Nobody knew this. Like no one had a concept of how internet worked until the PS3 literally existed.
You're right.
Because of the mainstream. And what is Wi-Fi? And then even a kid, once someone could explain it to you, because they had to tell these people how Wi-Fi works so you could explain it to your customer. Whereas before, nah, bro, people would just install it for you, know what questions to ask, and that's it. But now, because of the term Wi-Fi solely, you started understanding how the internet worked. People thought you got it off a dish, which you do, but still, there's a setup in everything. You don't just, put a satellite dish, point it to the sky, and, I have internet. And to this day, some people still think that. My dad is one of those people. He thinks you could just get free internet. No. So to me, I'd have to say it's that moment because knowledge started becoming accessible. Google it. Like these things were already established. Like if you had new ideas that weren't established, you could still get the money, like I mentioned earlier. But like things were already established. There was apps. Like this is before Apple started being garbage, and Windows was catching up to a lot of the qualities that Apple were. That's why I feel like it's in like nice sweet point. Like not too early, not too late. But that's my opinion. And then, of course, PS3 was free. And that's the other reason, hands down. Like, just that the PS3 alone was like, it came with Wi-Fi and free PSN. So, like, that's the end of the debate. For me, at least. I don't know about everybody else. I mean, some of us aren't born with silver spoons in their mouth. But what is your take on that, you guys? What do you think?
You want to go first, Joypad?
Joypad's got an idea.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So the golden age of the internet for me was, I want to say, in this era, because with this era we've experienced things as like the Xbox 360, for instance, that reached its golden peak. The PS3 reached its golden peak, and the PS4, the Xbox One. We've had so many different ways of getting online and communicating with each other that is just amazing. You can meet hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people just off these online services, off these online gaming services that we have today. Steam is another way to meet great people, and I feel like the games that are coming out now that enable us to get to know each other and then have a laugh with each other while meeting new people. Like, I don't know if you've played a game called Human Fall Flat or Gang Beast, but it's got wacky ragdoll physics, yet you can still meet new people online. It's really fun. I highly recommend checking it out, by the way. But yeah, that is really fun. We could say, I don't know, back in 05, 06 was the golden era, because we all loved Flash games, right? And then implemented Skype, and we had MSN Messenger and stuff.
Oh my
god!
Yeah,
there was an argument to be made. Napster, exactly. Anyone remember LimeWire? That was the shit.
Damn.
And we had that. There is an argument to be made because of that, and but it's more for nostalgic reasons that people create that argument, in my opinion. And I feel like that's why I feel like the golden age of the internet is now, because we have all of these different things compared to what we had back when, which was quite limited to what we could actually achieve.
Yeah, we were really limited back then. I mean, I would sit in the basement, dial up, then as soon as someone picked up the phone, got disconnected. Like, shit. Son of a bitch. But then, I remember sitting at home, downloading music for free on Napster, not realizing it was a crime. Well, it wasn't yet, but it turned into a crime a little bit later. And it was very interesting that it actually turned into a fucking, like, copyright and issues. But then you realize people are losing money when that happens. And
yeah, right.
So since people are losing money, it makes sense. Now, even look at it when YouTube, like, for example, won't even monetize people if you're reusing other people's content.
Right. Yeah, exactly. YouTube is getting to a point where it's just absolutely stupid, where if you just mention the word drugs or guns or whatever, instant demonetization. It's absolutely stupid. I believe people should have free speech, but just be less strict on the monetization rules, you know, because we want to be getting away with swearing and still getting our videos monetized. Yes, granted, it won't be friendly to some advertisers, but we still want to be able to have that bit of free speech and be able to create what content we want and still get monetized.
Exactly. But the thing is, like, if you think about it, if you're reusing someone else's own creativity and you're using it to try to make it say it's your own, because that's kind of what happens on YouTube. And we're kind of digressing subject. We're changing subject slightly, but that's kind of like the problem. It's like, if you make something create something and then copy it, is it really actually yours? At that point, right. No, it's just your own spin on it. Now, them actually talking, like, demonetizing channels that are speaking, like, controversial subjects, that depends. It's not the fact that they're demonetizing, it's the fact of the people giving out the advertisement are allowing to be able to put advertisement on it. They choose because they're paying. A lot of people think it's YouTube. In actuality, it's a lot the advertisement's perspective. But let's go back to the golden age, back to
No, that's actually right on topic. I want to add more on top. That's part of what the video discusses on why the golden age was over, is because things like that start happening. Yeah. For me, I feel the first adpocalypse that was the sign the internet was starting right. Because believe it or not, you guys, I even remember a time when it was easier to become YouTube, and they were having the ads at first, and they even had a decent, like, it wasn't the craziest, but it was okay. Like, they even had a very concise video that showed you, like, oh, you could copy basically the same thing, but if you're commentating over it, you're good. The only way someone can copyright is if they see your video and they themselves have to actually, and then they'll look at it and it's like, oh, if it's match, they'll just be like, oh, but they'll also see if there's a commentary. Like, it's like basically it was at a point where YouTube had a brain. It was beautiful, but here's where they did mess up. This is how it all started. Have you guys heard of Alex Jones before?
Nope.
Well, if you don't know, he's a crazy conspirator that says ridiculous stuff. And like, this is one of the few things, right? Besides violence and stuff, when they were sponsors, it was all good. But then there started being controversies about YouTube not shutting down things that are clearly false. And it's like, oh, freedom of speech and all that, you know. But the problem is no, this wasn't, you know, just something or whatever. No, like, these are people literally tell you, like, oh, drink bleach kind of stuff. Like it was so obvious that this is BS and people were buying it that it's like, at that point, and it was just those. But YouTube went and looked at that and said, oh, let's just everything, you know. And that's the problem. That's how all of this always started. It's one case of something that all they had to do is just actually get rid of that one channel. But everybody has had to suffer. I know Maximilian had to suffer for a violence thing. And the funny thing is, it wasn't even video game related. But I remember Mortal Kombat came out at that time, and it coincided, and it kind of leapt over. That's how that happened, because of something violence that... Like, it was some animal cruelty or something. And that's the funny thing, is half this time, it just crosses over from something else that has nothing to do with us. So one of the biggest reasons why all this started is we have to thank Alex Jones for that, because this guy wants to talk about cloud people and putting chemicals in the water that turns the frogs GAY. You know, and it's obviously BS, like, but he doesn't very clearly state it, and the fact that people actually believe this. I mean, this guy's been kicked off of Facebook, Twitter, like everything, because that's conspiracy. Like, it's not, and he doesn't state it. And all you guys have to do is, like, come, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all it is, hey, look, you guys, cloud people, do you guys see this cloud person here? We all very clearly have a brain that works. There's not a cloud person next to me that's not trying to take your babies before they're born. Like, you know, that, just because someone at YouTube didn't go, let's just get rid of this. He has literally no rights. I'm sorry. You're too dumb to have the freedom of speech. Let's be real. Let's all be real. The FBI's not going to come after me for that. Thanks to people like them, and somehow YouTube never catching on, we all suffered, and we still are now. I mean, Maximilian is a great example. That dude is the most wholesome man.
Oh my God, yes, he is. But
he suffered. He gave his 2 cents. He's just like, what the? You just happen to be in the crossfire. That's what it is. It's never a target towards certain channels. Well, now it is. It's even worse. Now they actually do target channels, you know. But it all started just because YouTube could have just stopped. And it's not even like, there are some channels, but it's just the ones that are over-exaggerated and they're way too popular for no reason. All you have to do is just the channel down.
And then, like, we could even go
back.
What
advertisers cared. The advertisers themselves are like, just get rid of Alex Jones. They didn't care about the other conspiracy one. They just wanted Alex Jones.
True that, but check this out. How about, like, right after that, they changed? Isn't that when they changed the whole monetization process? And me and Joypad were just talking about this, 2 nights ago? And he was like, what is it, like 40 hours and like 1,000 subs or something like that? I'm like, no, it's 4,000 watch hours. He's like, what? 240,000 minutes watched and 1,000 subs, and then you have to apply for it to see if you're worthy.
And you know what? It was around 2012, 2013, because I remember that's when I was first starting to do this, and that's when that kicked in. I was like, a year after I was really getting videos out and everything. I was like, wow, thanks, YouTube.
Right.
And then it's funny because some YouTubers were even foreseeing that, like, if they don't change this, YouTube is just going to go from a downhill from there. And they've been right. I've just been noticing downhill spiral.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, I'm like 2/3 of the way there now to get partnered, but then I'm still worried. Are they going to approve my channel?
Right.
Like, that's the thing. But all my content is original, so it's like,
right, Kugla.
I mean, I have no copyright claim, so it's like, I hope it does. It's just one of those, like, man, this is kind of like, I just hope. I hope that when I press that button, they review it and I get approved. That's all I hope. But don't know, because it's so crazy how it is. And I don't know, like, YouTube's something else. It's crazy how, like, we've gone from, like, being able to download stuff for free from Napster to, like, now we watch everything on YouTube with ads.
Right.
I mean, and here's the other thing too, a little info before we close off that one on this. Joypad wants us to add something, but around that time too is when it got sold to Google by the guys who originally created it, or I think it was Google. No, they made Google, I believe,
too. It's actually owned by Alphabet.
Yeah, they changed their name too. Google changed their name too, for those who don't know, but back in the day when they still were. But regardless, the guys who made YouTube sold it off. And that's kind of also explains because they knew what they were doing with YouTube.
Yeah.
I feel they never should have sold it. And now the CEO now is extremely prejudiced. Like, if you're just a guy she's gonna make it harder for you to even get monetized. Like it's just truth. Like I'm just keeping it real. Even other celebrities have said it, like how the Chinese are pretty racist towards black. It's like, oh, don't make me know. He's like, no, but it's true, and that's it. We're just keeping it real here. Like we're just gonna speak, especially now. We're not gonna talk about what's going on now. But there's
please don't. I'm not a clout chaser.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I was gonna tell you about that. Like this one, but again, we're not trying to make that about that. Respect to what they're doing. But again, that kind of coincides with what's going on. Like, and it's to everybody. Like being a guy nowadays is rough on the internet. But that's another subject. We're not trying to go out too much. But anything else you want to add to the YouTube stuff?
What's on your mind, Joypad? You're the new person here. Come on, let's shoot, talk, let's go.
At least with YouTube though, it's more strict to what, and it's not discriminating against males and females for when you get banned and whatnot. Because if you was to look at Twitch nowadays, they are so in favor of women. They are so biased towards women. There was that woman, I think that female streamer, I think her name was Alinity, where she fed vodka to her cat. She threw her cat right behind her fucking chair.
That was last year.
Yep. Yeah, and
that's a great transition, Joypad. Thank you.
She's still not banned. So, and then if a guy was to do that, straight ban hammer on his ass.
Yeah.
Twitch are so fucking biased to fucking women, and that's what really pisses me off. Like, I love the platform. It's enabled me to create, make content, meet so many awesome people. But at the same time, it's a shit platform because of the clear sexism that Twitch are showing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Ruckus does make a good point too on that. Like, yeah, it makes a very good point. That's true. And now they changed that to where like you only can wear like a shirt like this. I don't know what it's called, just like a normal t-shirt, and you can't show underboob, and then guys can't be shirtless anymore. There were some guys. Well, it was like Caleb Hart. His whole stream, 90% of the time, he was shirtless. That's just how he did it. I mean, he was a Mega Man X speedrunner, and it's like,
oh, that weirdo? Oh, it's that one weird dude.
But I mean, I liked him. He was cool, but personal preferences, right? And
no, you're a douche.
I'm fine. It's all good. Hey, you got an opinion, I got an opinion, right? You're an asshole. I'm an asshole, so it's good.
Dude, but we're a good asshole. That guy's I don't fuck that. See, there's like, we're not gonna go into
point being, like, it's the fact that like now they added these extra things, and now these other wannabe OnlyFans girls on Twitch are trying to can't do a way to make money anymore as much as before. I mean, come on, they banned that one anime chick that was like where you had to pay for the anime chick to say stuff.
Right.
It was insane. It was just like a sprite. I'm like, man, this guy was ingenious. He was having hundreds of thousands of viewers. Like, what? But all right, so pertaining to like golden age of internet, yes, it's fucking dead because you can't do what you want on the internet before the FBI's gonna be knocking on your door.
FBI, open up!
Right? I mean, shit. It's just.
Wait, because I will forget this. Like, speaking, another thing is like, for some of the OnlyFans girls, they went to OnlyFans because they want Instagram, and people started, like, the FBI started cracking down on them because what they're doing, they never reported to their taxes.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm glad. No, that's money. There's like, it's donations. Yeah, donations still can be taxed.
No, donations are taxed because like you have to breach a certain amount, but it is taxed, and especially if you got to fill 1099. Yes.
Right. But continue.
Yeah. So, I mean, the whole situation is just like, I mean, do I care that you have an OnlyFans? No. By all means, whatever way you want to make money is how you want to make money. Just people are so judgmental with others. It's just like, yeah. So yeah, I know. Like one of my buddies I just interviewed, Sausage, does that, but it's okay because it's legal. Like you can't get someone in trouble for something that's legal. But then on the other hand, Twitch owns the platform, so they could say what they want. They can do what they want. Oh, we don't want you smoking on stream. Sorry. Oh, we don't want you drinking Pepsi products on stream.
Right.
The thing is, legally, they can't enforce that. And a lot of people are like, no, they can't. Yeah, they can. They own
the
platform, so they can do what they want. That's why when people get pissed off about YouTube, yeah, you could get pissed off, but you're going to have to work for it to get it. And if you still want to keep it, it's fine. It's just, you gotta conform. As sad as it is nowadays, like, since all these people actually have rights for their websites, when before they didn't, you could do whatever, you free range, but now everyone has all these rights. So it's like, yeah, if you want to like make it on these platforms, you have to listen to the rules and conform. Like, there's words, like, there was a word that I still catch you saying from time to time, greatest, and I'm like, no, you can't say that one. But I used to say it all the time, because it was just a normal word. It's just what everyone would say around me. But Twitch finds it offensive. But let me shift this, because I could talk in circles for hours about this. All right, what else do you guys have to say about, like, Joypad, what you got? Don't make me push your buttons on your pad.
Oh, you would like that, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. No. Get it right. You would like that.
No, you would.
Hey, all right, hold on. We'll do this real quick. All right.
Yep.
We'll be right back. All right, Joypad, you ready to play some buttons?
Actually,
Huh?
what? Wait, Joypad, sorry, do you have an idea? If not, I can hold off. No?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I wanted to add on top of, I forgot, like, what you're saying. I feel like, depending on what you're looking for, the golden age might be different. Like, there's the overall golden age, and then there's, like, golden ages for gaming, like I said, especially for, like, the PS3 eras, because, again, PS3 free, done, the conversation's over. But, I think for socializing, hands down right now, definitely it is the best. Discord for me alone exists, and that's godlike. Twitter, well, if you're on the FGC side, it's good. But no, you're so right, because even when I'm playing, I know Harps knows, there's a game called Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. It's a fighting game, and then they have these lobbies in that fighting game, and all it is these cute little chibis, man. Like, they're fucking adorable, and like I shit you not. Instead of playing the game, half the time what I do, and a bunch of other people do too, I have videos up and on YouTube, 60 gigabytes on my hard drive. We just sit there in the lobby, just doing this little dance and talking to each other, role playing, like. And that's in a game that was not designed to do that. But we're just like, you know what? We're going to mess around in this lobby with these cute little creatures. And it's like, if think about that. If we're in a lobby just having that much fun, like, we've reached, I think right now is definitely the golden time for socializing. Hands down, Joypad.
Oh my God. Coming from a guy with socializing and internet, coming from a guy who can't even respond on fucking Discord.
Dude, that's kind of my notification. I told you, dude. I was a moderator for Crunchyroll, dude. Trust me, I was on point.
Bro, I got you. I'm just fucking with you. It's just, let's talk about that for a moment. Have you noticed that, like, for some people, it's extremely hard to respond to people on the internet, socially wise, when you have your device in your freaking hand at all times?
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm gonna put up the little chibis. So keep talking. You have to see it.
You gotta reverse it and put that on the bottom left. Put the chibis on the bottom left, and you, big face. There we go.
I got this. Keep on.
Okay, we got chibis coming up, but you won't be able to see it on stream. Put it on the other side, the bottom right. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so
now I gotta find how to source select.
With all that being said, how do you guys feel about people who are like a person like us, a streamer, or trying to connect a network? How do you feel about a person who is horrible at getting back and responding to people, like a YouTuber, or you ask a question like, hey, I don't understand this, but the guy never gets back to you?
That depends on the situation of the person, right? Like, is the person always working and doing Twitch as a part-time thing? Is he has he responded to you before on social media, and now is he deciding to blank you? It all depends on the person's personality. Like, how is the person like on? How is the person like on Twitch compared to how is like off Twitch? Is he putting on a persona just for people, or?
Okay, so let me put this in perspective, as in like like my channel, like how Alpha Gaming's channel is, how like the communities that I'm trying to build is kind of like Alpha's Gaming's as I compare it. And say I get asked a question on one of my TikToks or one of my YouTube videos. I'm like this on answering. Like I try to answer within like a couple hours at most. And some days I get like 100 comments on YouTube. I get comments on Discord. I get comments on TikTok. I mean, and I keep up with all of that. And a lot of people, I don't understand why they can't. It's like, I just don't get it. And like, so if someone needs a question or has a question about something and needs an answer, why can't people who actually are like, that's their main position, why can't they respond quickly? Because I've had people like that before where I'm like, hey, I understand this, but I just can't nail it. What am I doing wrong? Or is there any other tips? And you get nothing. Not even a thumbs up or a comment back on it.
Yeah. Well, some people are just self-centered. Some people only care about themselves, and some people don't want to help other people. They only care about their own personal gain and success. And sometimes people feel like, if I don't respond to this person or do whatever, this person is gonna want to come and see me more to get my attention. So they'll come into all my live streams, and yeah, I'm not gonna read their first couple of messages, but I'm still gonna get their attention. I'm gonna make them want my attention so much to the point where they're gonna have to just come talk to me on live stream instead of just off camera because I'm a fucking asshole. You know?
I get you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I mean, I feel it's on the other end, mostly, you know, the selfishness and whatnot. But from what I've noticed, especially when I was a moderator for Crunchyroll, when people wouldn't get back to me, like I would do it, because it's two things. It's sometimes they might have a lot going on, or it might not be that much. And I even told Harps one time, it's like they're just not good at actual multitasking. Like for those who don't know, the art of multitasking isn't actually a thing. It's just your brain switching from one activity to the other, and the more used to it you are, the better you switch off. Yeah. And I noticed just people aren't very good if they got nothing better. Because I would notice the ones who are less social and they will only have Crunchyroll, they would respond to me much faster on average. You know, but they were good people too. And everybody else would just struggle, and they wouldn't mean it. Like, oh, they would get to me. Like right now I have too many Discords. That's why I kind of don't do Discord as much. I have half of them muted. And one of my most important ones
mine
is the wait, yours is muted.
I know, that's what I said. Like mine, motherfucker.
I mean, there's nothing that... See, because I'm not one of your mods, you know? It's not a priority for me to answer stuff. That's why, but I'll swing by.
I'll make you one.
Fine. But anyways, I'm the president. See, the one I have focused the most is the one that I'm a president in. And someone literally posted something right before I slept, and I seen this, like, you know what? Let me get back to you. It was a priority. But then I basically forgot because I had a bunch of stuff going on in the day. And then I was like, oh, right. I got to go back to answering this guy. So Nick, take that from someone who does prioritize that. For some people, they might have half of what I have to do, and they'll just completely forget. They won't even remember unless you bring it up. So some of it is it's not entirely their fault, but it could be 50-50. Who knows? It's one of three things. They're not very good with what they got going on. They probably just suck at multitasking, or they're just selfish as prick, or a combination of all.
I remember I was walking a route at my job, and I was having this discussion with you about someone in particular. I won't name names, but yeah. It was... And it's very interesting because, like, I used to work with someone, and you would think, like, hey, let's give this guy a little bit of attention. Hi, how are you? And have a conversation. Nope, not at all. Like, okay, bro. And I can't stand that with people. Like, I know you. If I want to have a conversation with you and you know me, then have a conversation back. But that just shows me if you don't respond personally, you just don't give a fuck. Right. That's the thing. Like, you honestly just don't give a fuck about like everyone, and you care about your own self. And it's like, nah, if someone needs something, today's day and age, especially with the internet, no one has time. I mean, even when you're at work, you're still trying to socialize with people. Even when you're doing something else, you're still socializing with people. Like, you're still busy. Like, you want quick answers, but you still got to be respectful with it. It's just, I can't talk about this right anymore. All right, what's next?
That's fine.
No, it drives me fucking nuts. I hate that. Like, you ask me a question for a reason. You need to know something. I'm gonna fucking answer that question, not be like, I'm not answering you.
All right. Oh, hello.
Like, I can
Right.
understand when it comes to like the people on TikTok where you got over 1 million fucking followers. You're getting messages and comments all the time.
Sorry
Like,
about that.
Then
I'm
you
just-
got, and then you got freaking other stuff where it's like you don't have many followers, but you're not responding. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And you know what? That's fair. For Harps, I'll give him that one hands down. Yeah, that's fair. It is a bit disrespectful to be honest and stuff like that.
But the whole self-centered shit, I could see certain people doing that. Like,
Yeah.
I could see that. Like, some people, I just see that there's too much going on. Like, say Maximilian, for example. He just has way too much going on. You know, you're not in shot, greatest. You're two-faced right now. There you go.
But yeah,
Well, I can understand with him, like you mentioned in a comment, he might not get to it because he's busy. He has a lot of shit going on. Like, you see his chat is flying up. But for the people like us, we're not that well known yet. We're known, but
not that well known.
when I go to talk to other people and they don't respond, man, yeah, the golden age of the internet's over because everyone's like, oh man, all this shit's normal now.
That's true.
Like, straight up normal. What about you, Joypad? Because I could go forever. I really could.
Not well known. What you talking about, motherfucker? I am the mighty Joypad, ruler of Twitch, ruler of the kingdom. Everyone knows me.
I see, man. I just know you as Joypad, so I wouldn't know.
I find it funny how I actually met you, the Joypad.
Right?
Wasn't it through a random raid?
It was for a random raid, yeah,
No.
I believe.
It was.
What? Wait,
And
what?
now we're here. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know what to add to that specific topic that you've just covered. So,
What's on your head? Just go.
If not, I
what's
got.
on my head? I don't fucking know, man, because I'm taking in so much information. It's just It's
Oh no! Don't try to.
Right.
All right,
like,
let's do this. Let's do this.
you-
Dun 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 dun. dun
Shut up,
Dun
stop.
dun
Oh.
dun dun
Oh.
dun 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 dun.
Okay. So we already. Okay, so let's do a brief recap. So we already talked about a wee bit on that. YouTube, Twitch. Thank you, Joypad. You snapped on bringing that up, and you pretty much covered all of it yourself. So good job on that one. Then I talked a bit back. Like, what about? Okay, let's say about how things now. Like, another reason why the golden age is over is how games now, because of the fact that online exists, they don't prioritize split screen or offline co-op or bots. Like, they just want you to do everything is like a paid service online. Like you say, there are beauty.
I have an
there
argument
are-
about that one, but okay.
You know, like BB Tag. Look at these little adorable things, man. Yeah, these little adorable things. That's free. That's free. You get that as a bonus in the game. But you play Siege or.
But you have to be online to utilize them.
You can still use the cheapies offline. That's the best part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can't socialize. That makes sense. But like, the online should be free. If the socializing should be free, but if I want to do something offline, I should still be able to do it. Siege, the only thing you can do is the garbage bot mode. The bots aren't that good. Everyone remember when every game used to actually have bots when Call of Duty wasn't 100 gigabytes, or when games like now they're shipped. I like that there's a warning that like, oh, you need online to play this, and it's like, oh, and at the same time, oh yeah, you have to pay for online. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be real. Like, I noticed this is true. Why when I hop on PS3, there's a lot more foreign countries, especially less luxurious ones, with people on than on PS4 or anything. Like, it's just mainly US, Japan, and Canada, and then of course UK, and then every other country's like not as much. And even then, like within depending what genre you're in or whatever, like there's like no Japanese people playing shooters. That's just one thing because Japanese people just have a better taste. Just let's keep it real. They're off playing Monster Hunter.
All right. Let's roll back a little bit to that split screen because that's actually a really good topic. Now the problem is nowadays is it's like with how much they push the consoles just to play as one person. It's really hard because now you're timing that by 2 in a sense, having 2 games being played at one time.
But they did that back.
They did. But then at the same point, there was like ways they could have went around it easier. For some reason, now with the way things are built, it doesn't seem like they can. I don't know the science behind it, but it just seems like it's just always a struggle for them. Like,
I mean, here's one of the things. I mean, that I guess so. In a sense, what you're saying, like, okay, yeah, it's harder, and that's why online, in a sense, is still good because your friend has PlayStation. You guys have Battlefront. He can still play on his. You can play on yours, and now you don't have to worry about split screen. But the biggest thing is, like you said, developers try to push too much stuff, and it's when Halo did this, it would just half the frame rate because Halo by default is 60, and PS2 games, well, not all of them, some of them, most of them were 60, and then when you would have like split screen, it would just cut it in half. But when people started caring more about FPS now, so they're like, oh, people now notice that we drop the frame rate when they're split screen to compensate. Let's just not even put it. Like that is one of the things that the Halo developer said. He said, like, oh, we don't want to have the frame rate. Like, what if some people want the choice to? Like, why don't you just, dude, casuals don't care about frame rate. Like, this is the truth. Like, it will make the game better, but playing with a friend feels better than playing at 60. And that's coming from a dude who loves playing at 60. Or, my bad, did I say 60? I meant 120.
Okay, for sure.
No. You're correct. You're absolutely right. But at the same point, like, who nowadays, like, internet is such a, it's like a utility now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is like everyone has it, and that's the thing. Like, everyone has the internet. So, like, if you take that in perspective, I mean, it makes sense. Like, why am I going to spend the time, if I don't have much time, to get up, get dressed, shower if I haven't showered, change my clothes if I stink, and then get the fuck out of the house to go to a friend's house? Like, when I could just sit my happy ass at home, checking my armpits every now and then for the hell of it, because I'm a dirty fucker, and then playing games with my friend without going anywhere. That's right, Joypad.
So what you were going to say, Joypad, before?
Yeah.
Like, I was just bringing up like how everything's more centered toward, oh, play online, oh, here, give us money, whatever. And then you have split screen or co-op or no bots,
So I feel like split screen nowadays is like 8% dead. Split screen's 8% dead. So the only games that I've seen that still incorporate split screen is like your Call of Duty, because you can get a guest online, right? And I don't know, maybe Battlefield. I don't know. I've not played Battlefield since.
Battlefield, no, never has.
No, really? Well, that's fucking stupid.
Just push that game has an actual excuse. That's a whole ass big world. They get an excuse. Nobody else does. But that's.
I like maybe smaller arcade games like Streets of Rage. The new Streets of Rage has a form of split screen. It's not split screen because you're sharing the same screen,
right?
But it is still enabling couch co-op, and I feel like they need to bring that back to a certain degree, because it's just, instead of focusing on the money that the companies are making through online connectivity, online multiplayer, online co-op and whatnot, they need to bring back the nostalgia, if you like, for the older demographic of gamers that will want to get them into gaming a lot more, which then could translate into actually more sales figures, because it's getting older gamers in because of the nostalgia of split screen. What else? And I think that split screen is actually making a return at the same time, but you're having to rely on all the titles. If you have internet, you can do split screen. There's a program out there called Parsec. You can have the shittest PC in the world. You can have an $18 PC, but as long as the host's PC is good enough to run that select game, and the client has about 10 megabits upload, they'll be able to play like whatever game it is. But yeah, Parsec is bringing that back through various different emulation or whatever game is co-op. PCSX is a great example of being able to bring back the good old days of split screen. And if you use Parsec through PCSX and say you want to play a game that you really loved playing split screen as a youngster, like for me, Time Splitters, an amazing game, loved it, or The Warriors, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could do that. You could get your friend from, I don't know, say throughout this whole quarantine. We're not able to do split screen now. You could get your friend from that lives about an hour away, right? And be able to have that couch co-op experience, but without him being there through Parsec, and it's bringing it back for people. It's in it, and it's also enabling games that are mainly couch co-op to be online. Like I could play with someone from Afghanistan, right? Probably not the best example. Or like someone anywhere in the world, right? Through Parsec, I could play an old game through It's just fantastic, and I feel like popular companies should look at that and figure out a way how they can incorporate that into maybe their latest console or something to bring more audience, to bring the older demographic in, to bring people that are craving and missing online co-op.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Hey, you're right. Actually, especially now, like, it may not be the golden age, but I was going to say, do we feel like the things that are good, like what you mentioned, that's all plus. That's all a plus, Like, do we feel that some of the things that we gained that compared to what we lost balances it out, or are we losing more than what we're actually gaining? Because like you said, right now, like for PCs especially, like he mentioned something with the Steam, which PS Plus basically already does screen sharing. And, I mean, I knew a little bit of what you're talking about, like Parsec, but now hearing it, it's like, oh, that's godlike, And yeah, no, the people still crave a lot of this old stuff. And it's like, and it's money. It's not. It's like basically free money. Real talk, if you want to be honest. You don't have to charge a lot. It's like, oh, here, make it widely available. And all you have to do is just make it legal, available, advertise it. It wouldn't be that hard. Nothing crazy. But like, so we can get all these, these emulating PCs. You can get an old Xbox, mod it. It's not even that hard. That's the good thing too, because the information is so available. Modding almost any console is not that hard, and you can play whatever you want. Yeah. And then or get a PC, emulate or Parsec, like you said. Do we feel that the bonuses outweigh the negatives of current online? Sure. We might get
because right. You want instant gratification. It's right there. Oh, how do I do this? Oh, how do I spell this word? Oh, what does this word mean? Oh, wait, when is this show on? Oh, when's this coming out? Are they making a new thing? You can answer all those questions in a snap. While before, you'd be like, oh, can I ask this question? There was no database for it.
That's true.
Right.
Nothing. Like, even though the internet and the power was there was no accessibility. Now you got access to everything. Like, my son has no clue what it's like without Netflix.
Right.
Well, like, when I was growing up, I had fucking early morning cartoons and then Saturday morning.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
But that's like, accessibility is perfect. Like, it's there. It needs to be there. Now, I lost my train of thought.
No, you're good. Joypad, were you gonna add anything?
Yeah, what do you got?
But would you rather nowadays sit at home, watch Netflix or whatnot, or have Blockbuster back and be able to pick whatever movie you wanted for maybe like $3-4, but instead of doing that, paying each time for a separate DVD, maybe they can bring a membership scheme out where you could go down to Blockbusters, you pay $5.99 a month, like it was on Netflix, since they they've updated the prices now, the pricks, but anyway, would you rather Netflix or Blockbuster?
Well, the thing is, like, Netflix killed Blockbuster, and I do agree with that, but Blockbuster, once they saw Netflix being a competition, they should have jumped on that. And they didn't do it, and that was poor business shit. Whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. And they should have jumped on it, because then they would be king, because they already had the licenses, the know-how to be able to distribute that kind of stuff. They just didn't go that route. While Netflix was already doing it, they had no idea what they were doing, but they nailed it. Now we got Disney Plus. This is what I don't like. It used to be cable would be the thing. Now it's turning to subscriptions is the thing. We got Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, Showtime, freaking like NBC, like all the, I don't know what that's one, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they're all subscription based now, while before they used to not be. Now, what were you gonna say, Greatest?
No, it's good. You're actually covering half of what I said, so that's nice. Yeah, no, that's another thing that he brought up in the video. The golden age is when Blockbuster was around and Netflix was still starting. Like, and Netflix had, that's why like we like he's talking about like current Netflix, because real talk, even I was checking the other day in work, they have crap for anime. Netflix used to have a bunch of anime. Now they don't, because not everyone is scrambling to keep their license. The golden age for that was when Blockbuster was still around. I want to go back to Blockbuster because I like having options. Like, when both are on. You want to just sit at home? Oh, Netflix. Oh, they don't have this? Let me go to Blockbuster and get it for like a wee price. You know, it's the availability, like you said. And Blockbuster could have bought Netflix. We could have had the best of both. Like, say if all the licenses split up, Blockbuster wouldn't care. They're like, oh, whatever. We have some available online. The rest, they can come and which they will. They will. When it comes to convenience over price, people will choose price. That's a fact.
And that's what Netflix does. If they don't have it in their thing and they have it in their Netflix library, you can get the digital DVD of it and send it to your house.
Right.
People still do that.
Right, but we're now in an age like Netflix's golden age is definitely over. It was around the time when it was like not early enough, but later.
Yeah.
Right, when it was getting all this stuff. Because now, guess what? We have garbage Disney Plus. You know, I mean, I don't know who wants to shoot themselves with that, but power to you. We have a lot more titles too. So when it was Hulu was here for TV shows, Netflix was for movies, and I liked it that way. But now everyone wants to get a piece of that pie, and now it's basically then it's killing the reason why we got rid of cable in the first place. The reason was not to add to our bill. We want to pay $8 Crunchyroll, $8 Netflix, $8 Hulu. That's like 20 something. Now it's like you basically pay the same as if you're paying for cable. Well, on the bright side, I still think it's better because it's on demand. You're watching when you want.
Yeah.
So it's still better than cable. But it kind of defeats the purpose if I'm paying that much.
I mean, the only two subscription I have is Netflix and Hulu. Disney Plus, but it comes with Hulu and that extra thing. Yeah, right. You get ads on Hulu, but you still have all of Hulu.
But right. But I will say for Joypad, hands down, I'd say go back to Blockbuster because when Blockbuster has more money, guess what? There's more stores around the corner, and because the whole point is convenience. I don't mind walking around the corner to get a DVD and
right.
The game.
Right.
Yeah, like that was the shit back in the day. Just like going on Friday nights with your parents, going to get a game, going to go get like a movie. Like it was just a great time. Now it's like,
for me, it's purely monetarily. Like money.
There's no point. Like now, there's like no real point to leave the house.
Oh heck no.
Like there really is no point. Oh, you need food? Okay, call DoorDash. Right. Call Uber.
Right.
I mean,
but yeah, that was great. You guys did perfect. Like that's what I had on my mind, and you guys just covered that perfectly. Joypad brought it up. You got into that was perfect. Actually.
Nice.
Just had to say that.
Nice. Okay, so we talked about. Okay, we're kind of like all over the place on this podcast, which is fine. We had no direction. What else could we talk about? That Joypad, is. Wait, what?
I said, Joypad, you got an idea?
I'm just smiling, bro.
I only ask just in case.
Because we talked about like internet and dial-up. You can talk about. No, I'm not going there. It's Ruckus. I'm kind of worried. We gotta worry about Ruckus. What he's going to say.
Hey, no, that's fine.
Actually, you know what? Does chat have anything that we want to discuss about like the internet and golden age and just like maybe your experiences in general?
Right.
No, we're not talking about a series. We're talking about golden age internet.
While they wait for it, this should be short. Joypad, I don't know. I think we talked about this one time when you were on stream. How I feel like also why the golden age is over. It's like things are so accessible. Information, like you said, there's a nice backlog, but there's also a lot of BS. Like I said, Alex Jones. There are people out here who just think if it's on the internet, it's true kind of mentality.
Oh my God, yes.
Anybody can just put up, like I said, hey, look, man, cloud people stealing your babies before they're born.
Well, the thing is, like,
I swear,
a lot of people don't understand that everything on the internet is not facts. You got to use some sort of common sense. Now, if I'm going for the internet for like how-tos, how to learn something, what it is, and I know it's just straight up stupid. Like it's like how, like okay, like for example, I go to how do I change my turn signal, my blinker light. And then there's one video up. Oh, you gotta change your blinker fluid. I'm serious though. I'm serious. But a lot of people are so ignorant that they wouldn't even realize that that's fake.
Right. We live in a weird time. We have so much.
Yeah.
Yet you're still dumber than a box of bricks. That's why I have no patience for people no more. I'm like,
man, that's so true. That's so true though.
Like, I'm sorry. That's just how I am. Everyone knows me in chat. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm forgiving if you're not even a quarter as smart as me.
Right.
I said a quarter. That's a big hefty, and it's a lot. It's okay, but you can reach there.
This fucking arrogant asshole right now, man.
And I have every right to. You've seen the people online.
You notice he doesn't even want to show half his face.
Hey, what about you, Joypad? What's your experience on that? How many dum-dums have you seen on there online?
All right, what's the worst thing that you went for advice, knew it was bad advice, but actually it was the first thing that popped up? Here's a good one.
Now, I would have to think heavily about that because I use a lot of fucking common sense when looking at the internet, and I'm not one of those dumb people like you said that would just go for the first fucking article that they read up on. So I don't get tricked a lot by the internet when it comes to how-tos and tutorials or whatnot. I use common sense to determine, is this an actual legit how-to, or is this gonna I don't know, make my phone explode like a lot of fucking people was doing when they said, oh, if you want to charge your iPhone, put it in a microwave for 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, that was the thing, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Or how to make this was on TikTok actually, how to make a penny into something else, or how to clean a penny. You put it in your microwave for a minute. And people were doing it. Like, what? And starting fires and doing stuff. Well, TikTok eventually took those videos down because people are gullible, shall I say, is a nice term. And yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. How much power and knowledge we have at the palm of our hands, and how gullible people are in believing the littlest thing.
You know, and yeah, that's so true. You know what that reminded me of too, besides people being so gullible, is I feel like hey, that's a happy chibi.
It is. That should be your emote. Get an emote like that. Shit.
Yeah, no, dude, best girl. But anyways, you guys have to agree. I mean, chat. I mean, I feel like you guys have more attention span, but I feel like people have a shorter attention span now. Like they just can't be on. It's not even just so much on their phone, but even on their phone, they can't not be doing something else, and they're too into it. And they're over here falling on stuff and hitting. I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I think that's just evolution getting rid of some people that, if you can't focus on the real world, evolution is doing a very good job. But yeah, I feel like people have a very short attention span now, especially the kids. Kids have no attention span.
You know what's crazy? My son has a crazy focus thing where if you tell him something, he will focus on that one thing. And it's can't you multitask? No. God damn it.
Let's just kill all the dumb people in the world. Problem solved.
Oof.
We are not. I do not condone genocide.
Neither do I.
Okay? Because that's a lot of people.
Sadly, yeah, that's the thing. I'm with you, Ruckus. Sadly, I can't allow that one, though.
Yeah, because that is, yep.
No, hey, trust me. I really wish we could allow it, but Twitch...
That one we can't.
Censorship sucks.
We can allow this.
But yeah, no one came up with anything, so we're just going to keep coming up with something. That's fine. I'm not hitting. Wait, really? Don't even know that one either? Oh, weird.
That one, too. Yeah.
Squishy.
And that's Twitch's auto mod, mind you.
Why?
Oh, it's fucking stupid. The amount of stuff I've had to permit in my chat is just stuff that I wouldn't normally permit. I'm just permitting because I don't want any fucking filters.
Yeah. So okay, that's an interesting one. Let's talk about let's shift topics a little bit. So, oh no, we're almost at the hour. Let's talk about this next week. Shit. All right. Thank you, Kukla. Fucking Ruckus. He's all right. I think we got a good topic for next week.
Which would be?
Why? Wait, we won't say the words, but you know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Why did these words become
censored
and bannable words?
I'm gonna just say right now, I'm gonna be mad half the time because I love those words. Okay. Oh my god. Where's Edgar?
Mom's not here.
See, I'm gonna bring him too. We're gonna have a special guest, the little Squishy.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds real cool.
He is one of those words. It's whack that I can't use that to describe him when it's accurate. And it's
I
not
know,
offensive.
right? Okay. What the fuck is that emote? Joker Z hype? That's pretty cool.
Chibi.
Yeah. Too much TV. Easy because Twitch is American. Fair enough. I'll agree with that one.
That's
Twitch
true.
is British, like AJ me saying. Yep.
Okay, that's one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll bring another one though.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is what we're going to discuss next week because we've reached the hour. Is there anything you guys chat wants to ask before we take off? Yes, Twitch. Yes, it is. Before we take off, and yeah. Oh God, it's coming from Ruckus. What's this question?
Oh, because I'm not there.
Yeah, he's a good chance. No, sorry, the little dog's crying downstairs. I feel like I gotta beat him. Quit crying. Give him a reason to cry.
Yeah, true. Okay, here's a good one. Joypad, why are you so quiet?
I come from a well-reserved family. In Britain, a lot of people are reserved. But my family, especially my dad's side, has always been well-reserved. So we only really speak when spoken to.
And he speaks well, so don't hate Joypad for that. He's had great input.
It's Ruckus. What do you expect? He's always talking shit.
I mean, it's
like,
not. I mean,
when Ruckus joins the chat, it's shit's gonna go down.
True.
Are you good, Tifree? For how do you pronounce your name? I keep forgetting. I know it's Tifkree. Is it? Tifkree?
Hey man, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Tikkree. We have more. If you enjoy
Did
these,
you say Tif?
Whatever. Yeah. We have all this stuff. Check out Harps' channel. He has archive of the stuff. I'm trying to still go through and timestamp stuff.
Yep.
There's everything. But forgive me, it is a lot of stuff.
Yep. I posted a playlist earlier of all the stuff. I could post it again. Iffy? Yeah, that could work. Where's the playlist? Here's the playlist of all of my podcasts. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be interviewing someone named Dr. Zed.
Ooh.
He is Tiffy Creation or Tifkree Creations, and Dr. Zed, and he is an insane creator, an awesome guy, and hilarious. And he's going to be going as Dr. Zed, but that's going to be tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Oh my!
If it was, man, I would be famous after that. I don't care if he does. I would be famous. Shit. One tweet from that guy, hey, go check this guy out. Shit, I'll gain like 1,000 followers, maybe like 20 subs right off the bat. But anyway, we're going to conclude this podcast. It was very interesting. We were kind of all over the place, but we talked about some interesting topics.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the whole point. We covered exactly what I thought we would. I feel like we didn't cover enough of the back then, but I think we covered the topics that he brought up in that video. So
yeah.
We succeeded.
All right, so next week what we're going to do is discuss terms of services, words, and like bannable offenses and why they became bannable. I think that's a good topic. We won't be saying the words directly, but it's going to be an interesting topic because it's going to be very controversial. And we hope to see you all next week, but I'm going to take a 15-minute break and I'm going to go over and eat some food. I will tell Blood Vixen hi when she wakes up, and I'm going to go get some food, do whatever I need to do, then I'm going to come back and play something. I haven't decided yet. And remember, next week, Joypad hosted Truth or Dare stream. Yeah, he hosted that. So, pay attention next week for that one after the podcast. That's when we're going to do it because it makes sense around the same time. All right, everyone. Peace out. See you all soon. Bye.